Hey everyone, and welcome to Comic SA. My name is Sean, and today we're going to be picking up with Sideways issue number 4. Okay, so quickly just to jump into it. So we pick up basically with Derek, who is checking out a news feed basically of a fight that's happening with a villain named Replicant and a hero called Hotspot. So quick background here. So Replicant is basically one of these villains that I guess they used in Flash stories with the Rogue. So the whole point of Replicant was the fact that he was created, I think, more like a living weapon in order to absorb powers. So his basic power is to actually absorb powers of other superheroes that he comes into contact with. So I think like the whole thing was that he would be able to absorb all the powers of the Rogues and then be able to go up against the Flash one man, I guess. So what happens here though, basically in the story is that Replicant is basically fighting Hotspot on the news, and Derek is watching this over his phone. I think also a quick background on Hotspot. He's also just I think he used to work with Dr. Ray Palmer, who and basically he's a hybrid between an alien race and humans, and this is just one of his powers that he can basically light himself on fire and excrete these flames, I guess, through his hands and however he sees fit. So now Derek sees that like this is probably a great social media opportunity for his superhero persona Sideways, and basically decides like, hey, listen, I think I'm gonna go help out with this fight. He's busy telling Ernestine about what he's about to do. She obviously, and this is what I like, right, is that she's not dumb. All right, she's not dumb. So she basically just says like, listen, dude, you don't even know who this guy is. You don't know who Replicant's powers are, what his powers are, what his weaknesses are. And basically, not only just that, it's just like while Derek goes there to change into his Sideways costume, she's basically thinking like, wow, this guy actually looks badass. I'm hoping like Derek knows exactly what he's doing. So basically he riffs into the situation. He gets to, and as he gets to the situation, he sees that, shucks, Replicant is actually about to kill Hotspot with his powers. So this is what happens as soon as he gets there. He goes in, he riffs both him and Hotspot out of the situation very quickly, but Replicant starts to pursue them. And basically, I think he even turns a bystanding police officer on just on the side. He lights him up immediately, and like he burns him alive, which is crazy. And what happens is that he goes after Sideways, he grabs Sideways, and he actually is able to absorb and copy his powers. The only problem is he doesn't know exactly what Sideways' powers are. Now he knows, he does, as I said, he doesn't know what these powers are at first, and he attacks Sideways with the flames that he's already absorbed from Hotspot. And Sideways basically risks a portal in between him and Replicant and shoots the flames back at Replicant. The problem with this is that Sideways gets worried because he's burning Replicant alive. Replicant is busy screaming. I think his suit is busy getting burnt away. So in the confusion, so in all this confusion, Sideways basically gets a hose pipe, like waters him down. Replicant is like, I'm gonna show you, and he activates Sideways' powers that he copied, these rift powers. The problem is, which is very interesting fact to learn about Sideways' powers, he activates it on his hands, and he basically touches his chest. The problem is he opens up a rift on his actual body and just ends up exploding, which affects Derek in the wrong way. Reason being is because it deters him from actually doing the superhero thing. I think he feels a bit bummed out as he's going home. Reason being, I mean, in the last issue he cut a woman's arm off. In this issue, like a whole person died. So actually, and there was a casualty of a cop being burnt alive. But basically, so Sideways feels pretty bad. And not only that, I think like on the side he was Sideways. Now this goes on another premise here. Sideways was meant to go for an actual interview at Dark Star Labs, where his mother works. Basically, from what we saw from the previous issue, he was supposed to go to an interview, but he wasn't able to make it. There will obviously be repercussions from his mother in the next issue about this. But what basically happens is that as he gets home, he opens up his door and boom, he sees Tempest. He sees Tempest. They're warning him, saying like, listen, the rifts between space and time and matter are being they're basically collapsing faster than I thought. And he's coming then with the perception of like, I actually need to train you on how to use these powers. So I think that was kind of weird, because the first time we met Tempest, Tempest wanted to just to eliminate Derek. But yeah, maybe the situation is more dire than we thought. Maybe actual Tempest will need Sideways help in order to restore back the lines and the borders, I guess, separating time and space and so on. So yeah. So if you like this comic, if you like the reviews, if you like this channel, please like and subscribe. You can also find me on Twitter and support me on Patreon. And yeah, I will catch y'all later. Cheers.